Hey everyone, Rigel2 here, and welcome back to another Minecraft tips and tricks video. This time I'm going to be going over some build ideas for the 1.17 cave update. So yeah, let's get started. First off, we have the first build I did in the 1.17 cave update, even though it's still in 20W45A. I made this little cave update geologist house. Starting in here, we have the kitchen with the new birthday cakes with candles. I just think it looks really cool, and I just said thanks. Alright, I think it looks. Proper English, I see. Yeah, we have some shelving here, barrels, and trapdoors as kind of supports. And we also have the large amethyst bud, which works quite well as, just a little decorative item, especially for a geologist house. As you can see, we have buttons everywhere. I bet Grian would love this place. Okay, that was kind of weird. Go back. Alright, yeah, we have buttons everywhere, just to add a bit more detail. And we have these candles above a crafting table. It looks pretty nice, and we have a standard crafting table over here. We have some paintings, some texture in the wall. Paintings just to add a bit more life, to make this place feel a bit more lived in. Now, heading up to the top, I did say this is a geologist house, and we have a bunch of different types of rocks based off of their color gradient. Well, only the ones found in the overworld. We have the tuff, the andesite, the stone, the diorite, the calcite, the granite. And of course we have stone, but we already said that. So yeah, this is supposed to be a geologist house. The purple beds will work really well with the large amethyst buds. And yeah, the candles, especially the black candles, I think they work really well. And yeah, the white candles, I think these are going to be some of my favorite to use in builds. And I think just overall, they're some of the best looking ones. We have another painting, and some candles just to add a bit more light. I am using the new lightning rod just to add a bit more texture and depth to everything. I think it works really, really well. Now on to the outside. Starting off with the outside, we have a ton, and I do mean a ton, of lightning rods in all sorts of different positions. In corners, in crevices, uh, here, there, everywhere, even inside little kind of divots inside the kind of depth of this build. This is a very depth-filled build. It has two layers, basically outside layer and inside layer. Um, one is just these kind of pieces of spruce wood, and then the spruce wood planks, and there's also acacia planks, and of course I wanted to use copper for the roof. That was my initial intention, just to have a nice house that works well with copper roofs that would change over time to the green weathered variant, or oxidized as in real life. And this geologist house does have a bit of gravel at the side. Of course, the vines are growing all over and make it look a little bit abandoned. We have this kind of support area using lightning rods. Once again, I think these are going to be some of my favorite things to build with. Just little lightning rods here, there, everywhere, lightning rods everywhere. Uh, yeah, we also have kind of like a puzzle path. And yeah, that's about it for this build. Moving on, we have, I know it's the cave update, but I just had to make something with the copper and the nether blocks. We have this kind of warped house. It's basically just like a straight line, but I think it shows off the gradient very, very nicely, which you can kind of see better in the daytime. It's very nice the way you can do gradients with this. Although I think the shift is a bit it works okay from the copper to lightly weathered copper. The shift from here to here is a bit off-putting, but I think it works quite well if done properly. Now we have one of my more favorite builds. Now I did try and do like a cave thing before, but this is even cooler. It's a cave with dynamite. We have barrels, just a ton of barrels, and using the red candles kind of look like stacks or sets of dynamite. And it just kind of brings this area to life. just with a bit more minor details. We have these rocks inside rubble, well, rocks inside overly sized barrels, including actual barrels. And going into this cave, we of course have TNT, veins copper and tuff, which I think adds a bit of texture to this cave build. We also have stairs and slabs, and I wanted to use a lit light gray candle to kind of represent a fuse of a lever, which I would accidentally press and light this TNT ablaze, destroying the build. Yes, we have copper, and I think there's iron somewhere. Yeah, iron. So yeah, this build is like a nice little cave build. We have some oak, oak logs that kind of go up as supports for this cave, and I think it works quite well. If I know how to copy builds, I would probably copy house and this one into a building world. Almost looks like something out of Hypixel. Not sure. Alright, next we have uses for the lightning rod. There's a lot. Here we have two different sword designs. We also have kind of how it works with the orange candle. It's very interesting. I find it weird how the lightning rod is a much lighter color than the other copper blocks, but yeah, it works. It transitions into the candle very nicely, and I think it also works really well with the lantern sitting above it. And then we have the candle and the iron bar, which really works quite well together. Maybe you can even do like a marshmallow thing. Here we have kind of another orange candle and lightning rod combo. I think it works pretty well. Not sure what these are. Maybe tiki sticks for beach setting or a more tribal setting. It could look quite well. Work quite well. And then we have just kind of another iron bar with light gray torches, not torches, candles on it. And then here we have a little bit of a Zelda-inspired thing. Walking up and da-da-da-da, you got the Master Sword. I like how the end rod has this little kind of thing around it, and it works really well with the tuff to kind of make it look like the ground has been moved up by the sword being in. And I think it works quite nicely, using buttons as kind of rocks in the dirt, and it's very Zelda-y, and I very much like it. Alright, now we have the weirdest and one of the last ideas I have to show. The tinted glass beacon thing, where if I had mobs spawning turned on, you'd have mobs spawning in here, and it's like, oh cool, look at these mobs. I'm sucking their energy down and using it to power the beacon. See, there's some iron up here that's actually doing the work, but who cares? Now we have some wall textures, using all these new calcite and tough blocks. Yeah, I'm not that great at using wall textures with different blocks, but I think it looks fairly nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. It does help a lot. Any suggestions are appreciated, and I hope that any of these ideas actually do help you out in building in the future. So anyway, that's Rigel2 signing out. See you guys next time.